Hi guys, this is my skill fight against Lelindre with Siris. So I've come back to finish the job as I did the skill fight with Itro in my last video. And you'll see that Lelindre is 71,475. So I'll show you my gear and stats here so that you can see it is a 5-to-1 ratio fight. And that means that you have 1/5 of the Titan's level as your stats, and you can't have any potions, and I'm showing I haven't got any equipped. And here I could have 14,295 stats, but I actually had 14,133, so I was about 160 short. But I was particularly keen on wearing the Vile armor and helmet, and if I could have, I would have used the Vile blades as well, but the stats would have been too low for me because they're at a low level. So I ended up using the Dratson, and the reason I use the Vile gear is because if you listen to the intro when Lelindre is talking to Siris, it becomes clear that she had known Alsar in the past and there'd been some connection between them. So I thought she'd appreciate seeing Alsar for a last time. And it didn't actually do me any favours in this fight because my Vile armour is really quite high level, and that meant I had a lot of stats in health which I didn't need, because you don't want to get hit at all in a 5-to-1 fight, and it's particularly when the Titans are this high, as you'll die immediately, and you can't use second chance or ultimate magic. So I had a pretty low attack stats for what I could have done, but you know, for the sake of canon lore, I went with the Vile gear as I thought it would be more appropriate. So I'm off fighting here, and I've got to say she was actually quite hard. It took me quite a few attempts, not as many as it did with Itro, but still more than I expected. I thought it was going to be a breeze, but it wasn't, and it was the last scene that kept getting me actually. First couple of scenes fine, but the last scene, I think she goes faster, or she does more flips and you know, fast swipes, and I don't know, but anyway, it just seemed harder in the last scene. So here she is doing one of her step backs, the easy one, and I didn't have trouble with the step backs at all, especially now that I've cracked that one where you do 3 ducks in a row or 3 center dodges, and no actual ducks needed. Okay, yeah, it's 3 center dodges when she jumps beforehand, and that tap war made my character screen come up, so I quickly went back again. I think I tapped the sword at the top during the tap battle. Yeah, so back to the step back, and yeah, when she jumps first, do 3 center dodges, and it's quite easy to crack. So now that I've discovered that in the last video when Itro was fighting Lelindre, it was also fine with Siris. And her other step back, it's got a lot of moves, but it's not so hard to crack actually. There's a parry war straight after the tap war. I'm in a parry war, and with the parry wars, they're 5 fast hits in a row, and if you're at a lower level, they're actually only 2 or 3 hits, but by this stage, at my awakening level and before, they are 5 hits. And you can stop a parry war earlier by dodging one of the hits, and that will stop the parry war straight away. And also, I think if you get a perfect parry, it stops it with a perfect parry break. But obviously it is easier to parry those fast hits than it is to dodge them, because they are very fast. And the tap battle, you need to tap the screen as fast as possible and then you'll win, otherwise you'll get hit by the Titan. So I'm into the second scene now with Lelindre, and I found that when she does that horizontal kick with her right leg, she still does that same pattern of either kicking straight after with her left leg or jumping. But I did discover she can kick twice in a row with Siris, and she did it just then. And so that was a different move to when you're fighting her with Isa. So there's that long step back, which once you know the moves, it's not hard. And yeah, you could, reduce the step back by parrying when she swipes, but this is a skill fight, so as far as I'm concerned, I dodge the step backs for skill, to show the skill. And there's some achievements on both the Epic Games forum and on my forum for doing this fight. And also on my forum there's an achievement that if you don't use super or magic and you don't use bonus combos and also you dodge all the step backs, then in a 5-to-1 fight, then there's an extra achievement. So seeing as she was immune to super and also I had no magic, I decided to go for that extra achievement, so I didn't use any bonus combos, and you might notice that here. So overall this fight did take longer than it needed to, what with my high health in the vile armor, and so less attack stats, and also having 160 less stats, plus not doing any bonus combos. So I really set myself a bit of a challenge. So the reason I'm doing this fight is for the clubs on the Epic Games forum. There's the Pantheon Club and the Worker of Secrets Club, and both of them have achievements that if you fight all the bosses at 5-to-1, then you get an achievement. But you have to have passed their requirements before you can go for the achievement. And of course I've done that. For the Worker of Secrets Club you have to fought the Worker at 5-to-1, and the Pantheon has got more complicated qualifying requirements. And also on my own forum there's a skill thread, a skill fights thread, and there's a number of achievements in that. So one of them is Lover's Quarrel, which is the fight of Siris against Lelindre at 5-to-1, which this is also what I was going for with this fight. But I've been slowly working my way through all the bosses, and eventually I hope to get that achievement on Epic Games forum and on tamLChannel forum for fighting all the bosses at 5-to-1. So as I said, to qualify for a 5-to-1, you have to have 1/5 of the Titan's level as your stats, or no more than 1/5 of the Titan's level. And that means all your stats, so the stats in your gear as well as the stats that you've collected in your skills. So I showed at the beginning how it worked out. And you divide your health by 50 to get your health stats, otherwise they're 1-to-1. So the stats in magic, attack and shield are 1-to-1, but the health stats divide by 50. And you can have one hex gem, that's all, to assist you. So I used a hex Titan Break 2 gem, but that's the only gem you can have other than stat gems to make up your 1/5 of stats. So I did have a rare rounds attack gem to add to my stats, so that I came close to the 1/5 of Lelindre's level. And I'm in the third scene, and you might see that I'm sure she is sneakier in this scene. She does a lot of flips and cartwheels and spins. There's a lot going on, and it does seem faster. But I kept my nerve at the end here, because you know that's when you can lose it. You've been going for quite a while, and then she speeds up, so it's also a bit more of an awkward angle. She's a bit closer again, and otherwise she is at a better angle for Siris than Isa, because with Isa she's really up close, so Siris does have a bit of a better chance with her, but she still does go very fast. And the other requirements with a 5-to-1, as I mentioned, you can't have ultimate magic, so I got through that by not wearing a ring with magic, and you can't have any potions, and you can't use second chance, so I got through that by not dying and not getting hit at all. So it really is a test of skill, and I'm very close now to the end, so I won't spoil it for you, but you might be able to guess what happened. And I really was hoping for it to be over at this point, I must say, and I did do it, as I say, quite a few times, so at this point I was really ready to finish the job, and here you go, she is down. I got through it, thank goodness for that. So if you want to have fun and try out a skill fight, then I hope these tips help, and I've put a link to the forums in the description under this video. Thanks for watching tamLChannel, your favourite channel for Infinity Blade. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and check out my website and social pages. Thanks, see you next time.